All right, everybody, welcome aboard the showboat. I am Captain Jeff. We also have Captain Tony riding along with us. For a brief safety announcement, we have life preservers, float rings, and fire extinguishers all on board. If you see me or Tony reaching for one of those life preservers, that's probably a good indication that you should go ahead and grab one for yourself. Hopefully we won't need them. It's only my third day driving this boat, so keep your fingers crossed. And if at any time you're feeling a little bit seasick, just let me know. We'll be sure to get you guys back right at the end of the tour. Also, the harbor here is a no discharge harbor. Please don't throw any trash or any of your friends overboard. It's not funny. We're going to be cruising out towards the Pacific Ocean for the next 45 minutes or so. I'll be pointing out some interesting homes and yachts along the way. The first home I want to point out is this great big frame building up here, right between the two walls. That home was originally built by They built that home for the grand total of $18,000. And if it were appraised today, it'd go for $7 million, easy. And that's the same Wrigley family that owns the Chicago Cubs baseball team and even Catalina Island, shipping that Cubs baseball team out there for about 20 years in a row for spring training. Didn't do them very much good though. They got great tans, that's about it. If you guys have been on the tour before, you might remember a home that we always used to point out, but they just tore it down about 2 months back, where that empty lot is today. The home that used to sit there and sell out of the Sears and Roebuck's catalog as a kit home for $1,500. The little dirt lot that you're looking at today going for about $4.6 million. Have some of the highest priced real estate on the West Coast, right here on the waterfront in Newport Beach. We're not going to see a waterfront property on this tour for under $4 million. The peninsula on the right stretches about 3.5 miles in length. You can think of it as a Monopoly board game. The closer you get to the ocean, the higher those home values, property values go up. And then coming up here on the right, the thinnest part of the peninsula, it varies in width, the entire 3.5 miles, but the thinnest point right here between these two houses, just off to the right, the high tide, you get up there and take a look right across the front there and see the sands right in front of the Pacific Ocean right there. Only about 200 yards away, right at that point. The harbor here is a man-made harbor. It's not natural. It's the ocean end of the Santa Ana River. A couple of real estate developers got together in the early 1900s, started a 10-year project to dredge out all this marshland. They needed somewhere to put all that sand and dirt that they were excavating, so they formed a couple of the islands that we'll see on the tour today. We'll see some of those man-made islands on the second half of this 45-minute tour. Another home here, the yellow one on the right, white A-frame roof. Actually, I have nothing interesting to say about that one. If you take a look right to the left of the yellow home, there's a 2-story glass elevator on that one. They installed that one at the beginning of the summer. Did their kitchen and dining room and living room all on the second floor. Upside down house. Makes life a little bit easier when you bring home all those groceries, I guess. As we're cruising out here, we're gonna make sure you guys are keeping your eyes peeled for those sea lions. Saw a couple this morning on the dock spaces to the right. Also hanging out on the back of 1 or 2 of these boats on the left. So make sure you guys are keeping your eyes peeled for them. And home up here with the yellow awnings. Tile roof frequented by Dean Koontz, the author. He's written about 60 books and publications. We've had a handful of those books turn out to be bestsellers. Used to see him out there all the time, typing away on his laptop. Spotted a couple of our first felines coming up here on the right. Guys are quite a nuisance here in Harbor. They not exactly known for their hygiene. Get on these boats.
Wow, they're just lazy looking.
They even went in the boat with it. Going to the other boat to see it.
Those guys are the California brown sea lions, a little bit different from your typical harbor seal. These guys have ear flaps and vocal cords. And that one guy on the left, he's got his nose way up in the air like that. He's letting you guys know he's from Newport. We're going to cruise around the harbor a little more, see if we can't spot a few more of those sea lions coming up here. Another home I can point out for you guys coming up here on the right. White building with the tall, skinny windows on the first and second floor. That one's owned by the Segerstrom family. They used to be farmers in Orange County, but now they use about 80 acres of their land for retail. And that's the South Coast Plaza Shopping Center, so now they farm money. Take a look down the side of the house. It's huge. It stretches from the waterfront all the way to the stop sign at the boulevard. 6,000 square foot house, only one single bedroom. And it said it's the only way they could get all those kids to stop coming home. There is just no more room for you guys. And this one with the palm trees in the backyard is owned by a doctor from Hoag Hospital. If I had to guess, probably a pretty good doctor, but not much of a sailor. He bought these